So I feel, based on nothing but my gut, that we are in the disbelief, right? This is a quote-unquote suckers rally. Ladies, gentlemen, Quamrats, welcome to episode 20 of the Quamfy Show. Hope you're well. Markets just took a dive. We're going to have a look at that a little bit later on. This episode would have been a special. Unfortunately, due to some confidentiality and logistics reasons, we had to scrap all the material we recorded last Sunday. With the gentlemen from Rescue Pals, Dragon Labs, being Don and Hungarian Horntail. We recorded, we started editing, some things changed, and unfortunately, we had to scrap and postpone. What we did do is we had a very interesting conversation. And obviously, until I know more, everything in that conversation is now under NDA, and I know this is a little bit cliche, but we are not talking about this until we have some clarity. What we can share is what they shared in the Telegram channels. And one of these things I will read to you now is from Don. He posted this in the Quant Community DAO, and it reads as follows.
We do not see anything, though.
I know. I'm keeping it close because there's more on the screen. Hello, everyone. I'm excited to announce the next chapter for our community and the issuance of the rewards I alluded to. For some context, over the past 2 years, Hungarian Horntail and I created Rescue Pals, a multi-chain charity game meant to incentivize and gamify philanthropy for animal welfare causes. You can learn more about Rescue Pals here, rescuepals.world/learn. Next week, we will be debuting a season pass through the introduction of our SSI-based account system, powered by Checked Creds.xyz platform. The season pass has 10 earnable rewards. You can read about it here. There's a Medium article, we'll put that in the description. Over the past several weeks, we took snapshots across our social platforms to acknowledge and reward everyone who supported and engaged with us. As part of the Quant DAO, you've been awarded an additional upgrade for your Champions Pass claimable in-game. In addition, you can earn an additional Champions Pass upgrade by following Rescue Pals on Twitter. Here, there's a link to the Rescue Pals Twitter, and they are at Rescue Pals. Both Rescue and Pals is with a capital, and then NFT capitalized. We'll be announcing this publicly in an upcoming event sponsored by Dragon Labs and the Quamfy Show. The event features a custom gaming experience for the Quamfy Show community with a $500 worth Q&T giveaway for the highest score. Stay tuned for our official announcements, and thank you all for your support. So, that is what was shared on the Community DAO channel. So I think we can share that. We should be able allowed to share that. Then I've played the game, and so did Tim. And without going into too much detail, this was my second or third attempt, which you see on screen right now. You can see my score in the top left, and then you can see on the screen in big letters, beaten by FUD. Press shoot to restart. Your score, 7,084. My first score was 36 something. The game, Mortal Kombat. You can see a little bit of this in the background. You got boxes of FUD. You have a ton of trolls to defeat. You have bosses. You have a lot of Quant FA to uncover. You can see that in the bottom right here. The gameplay is amazing. It is really quick. It is super, super immersive and highly addictive. We had a ton of fun. Unfortunately, we cannot show you any footage right now because it's a little bit unclear what can be shared and what not. But yeah, there's a competition, and both the Regular Labs and the Quamfy Show each chip in $250, and that will be part of the prize money that you guys can earn. There's a live Twitter event upcoming on a to be determined date. There are some schedules to synchronize. Was supposed to go live this Tuesday when we are recording right now. Right now it's Tuesday the 14th November. Unfortunately postponed, as I said, but it is coming. And from then on, you guys will be able to play the game as well and earn a high score and win some Q&T in the process. So that was the longest introduction of yet. Tim.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just another show. Next week I won't be there. I'll be in Portugal. Be locking off. I won't be on any social media. Very happy to. So yeah, let's start the show, I think. And yeah, I think one of the things that I noticed and that I'm noticing is the market trend. So like last week when we were recording, we were talking about, well, the fact that people want... Wait, I'm making notes when I'm trying to talk. The talking doesn't talk, if it makes any sense. Yeah, okay. I see you just looking at me like, what is he trying to say? And last week
I'll just let you swim for a bit.
Yeah, okay. So last week we had this discussion in Dutch, in our Dutch show, about the market conditions of last week. Everything was going up. Everyone was happy. People were in that mode of, hey, maybe I should move out of Q&T because coin X or Z is now pumping and Q&T is a stable coin, so I should rather go into that coin and then I make money. And then I can flip it back into Q&T and then the bull market comes and then we will all be happy. We're having a little discussion about that. And now, a week later, the market's going down again. People are literally blaming exchanges for it. They cannot lock in. They cannot access their money. And we are fully in all the crypto shenanigans as you know it. Yeah, that's something I've noticed. And, well, fundamentally, we haven't really had any news this week. So we'll kind of be more of a lifestyle Quamfy show, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's nice. Yeah. So that's...
yeah.
I think we have more than enough of content to talk about, I think, still.
Yeah, it was interesting because we had a little bit of a trend, right? I believe last episode we said like the 6 weeks prior we had 3 upgrades for Overledger platform, the authorized, smart lock, and keep forgetting the other one, audit.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
We were hoping that would persist, that trend. Good quant fashion, it did not. So no recent updates. Only thing we had from the quant team, I'll bring this up briefly. Let me see. We had this fabulous tweet by Quant at Quant_network. By respecting individual needs, maximizing our office space for collaboration and implementing a customized approach, we foster a culture of trust, respect, and autonomy. Written by our chief HR officer. And then they have this wonderful article where they speak about a little bit of history from COVID, obviously. That's when the world changed. I'd say for the better. And how they now have flex spots and how people can thrive more because they can balance work and personal life themselves, and how that also creates more opportunities for people to work remote abroad, how it makes it easier to recruit people on different continents and the benefits of that, and so on. So this is more of a how does the company operate type of article, then it is super interesting, maybe for investing reasons. Though I'd like to argue, and I'll use this as a bridge to go into the investing part of things, there is more to a company than just the token and the price and all the wonderful promises made by projects and quote unquote charismatic figureheads. These type of things are important. I can remember pretty vividly how Google as a business was hailed for having those lounge chairs and people could just chill if they wanted to in a sensory deprived kind of relaxation spot, and how they have ping pong tables and pinball machines, God knows what else, and how that promoted the joy of the employees to come to the office and work. And that actually, if I remember correctly, moved the stock price, because if your employees are happy and they want to be there, then productivity will go up. Same as with remote working, etc. So if you're doing research and you can have a look behind the scenes of how a company runs their office inside, that's saying something. You do not want to look how day traders office looks like and how they operate. The fuck, you've seen Boiler Room and the Wolf of Wall Street and shit. I'll bet you that a ton of crypto companies are run that way. Maybe
actually
not.
saw this movie this weekend. It's a Dutch movie. So, well, that wouldn't make any sense in this English episode. Anyways, it's called Crypto Boy. Long story short, guy joins a company which is invested, which is kind of a trading company in cryptocurrencies. You get you get to look behind the scenes a couple of times, and you just see them living their best life, just not doing anything. You see people playing ping pong and stuff all the time. Nobody's working. Turns out the entire company is a scam and they use it for money laundering. I think that's a pretty good example, and I could really see a lot of these startups where I wouldn't put any money at all if you see their how it's being run.
Yeah, exactly. But the opposite can
also
for me
true.
at least be true, right? I think if you look at a company holistically, what is the culture within a company, right? How is the CEO the one on the top floor guarded by 10 guard dogs and laser cannons? Or is he the man that just walks, talks to the people, tries to learn what is going on, how he can improve? I don't know. Might be a stupid example. I take heed to that, right? I say that's relevant and interesting. So as for that article, I think it's cool. I think it's nice that they show us a little bit of a behind the scenes. Quant's done that more often, right? When they had like this, finally everybody back to work, we are now in a park in London type of thing. I think it humanizes them. I'm a sucker for that. Sue me. On the other hand, right? So we're looking at crypto. Last week, prices went up. Everybody was bullish. And
everyone happy.
Everyone was happy. No, everybody was happy because we didn't break 1,000 yet. But we spoke in the Dutch episode about when, where, why, how would we diversify? And before we get into that, my take on diversification is that diversification is a risk management tool. So that means that, I mean, it can mean two things, right? I'm an investor. We spoke about this in a different episode. I regard myself as an investor. Let's keep it a little bit more honest.
Shoot a bit safe. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I prefer to do is I prefer to learn about a specific company or a couple of companies and get into the nooks and crannies, dollar cost average into my investment, and hold stock, tokens, securities, assets, whatever, for a prolonged time with the intention of price appreciation, but also maybe dividends, staking rewards, for lack of a better word, stuff like that. So my portfolio is small, right? I have like maybe, if I look at significant value, I think I have 5 assets, something like that, maybe 6. That is not diversified. It is kind of diversified. I have some securities. The overwhelming majority is QNT, and I have some shitcoins that I had as rewards for specific things that I did, and I have some NFTs. Most of them also rewards. If Quant, which is like 90+% of my portfolio, reaches a certain number, I will be de-risking. I will be diversifying. And the point of that is how good Quant is, right? How reliable, how professional, etc. in my mind. It is also, quote unquote, vulnerable, portfolio-wise. If Quant, for some crazy reason, quote unquote, fails, I would lose everything. So de-risking, diversifying for me would mean that let's just use some fictional numbers. Let's say my portfolio is worth 5 mil. I would then take 1 mil, 2 mil, and put that in the traditional stock market. I'd probably not be buying straight up ETFs. I'd probably be getting a couple of assets from different sectors over different continents, right? So you have a geographic diversification as well as a sector diversification. So don't only buy tobacco from the US, but also buy tobacco from Africa, Asia. Just giving an example here. So in case the US markets crash, people still need to smoke. They will go to Africa for tobacco or to Asia, and I will still see part of my investment not die, right? That's the point. Prevent utter death, right? So if you lose a hand, you're still alive. Don't get beaten
by FUD.
Yeah, exactly, right? So to me, that's the point of diversification. Now I hear people saying, right, so I know Quant is a sure thing. I invested in a DC8. Been doing it for 3 years, but it's getting boring. So I'm diversifying now. And I am getting what was green last week, this, that. So I spread my portfolio out a bit. To me, that is insane. Because you know the value of your primary investment. You research that through and through. You know it's going places, but it's just not going quick enough. So what you do, you skim off the top, whether you're in profit or not. I'll leave that in the middle. And you then decide to buy 4, 5, a total 25% of your portfolio. Gems, quote unquote gems, like sub 20 million market cap crypto gambles. With the reasoning, if they run before QNT, I can buy more QNT. And yes, I can grasp that reasoning, but not from a diversification standpoint as an investor, because the person chose to go into quant and research, right? Invest, hold for the long term. He knows it will pay dividends. But then skimming off your initial investment that you researched to then buy super high risk shitcoins, That just doesn't compute to me, and why? And it's the same for diversification. Let's say Quant goes right to the, and I have my 5 mil. I will not put any of those mils into crypto. Why not? Well, if Bitcoin dies, or ETH dies, or FTX dies, or there's just this tiny sliver of expectation that either of those three dies, markets crash, everything goes down. Right? And diversification for profit, some sectors go up, right? We know Quant lagged sometimes.
You're not diversifying. If you diversify into other crypto, you're just a degenerate gambler.
Exactly. So when everything goes down, everything goes down. But when things go up, not everything goes up, right?
Exactly. Look at it like last year. We had the FTX crash with the curly criminal. And
was it that 2 years ago already?
No, that was last year. And
right.
well, that criminal, he crashed the market. And Quant had nothing to do with it, right? We had nothing to do with it. We were not into that shady business of him. And still, we dropped back to like, what was it, $40?
Yeah.
And the entire crypto circus got involved, right? Because it's one big mass of 10,000 or a bit more coins, of which 99, which 99.9% of them, they don't have any intrinsic value. There's nothing to them. And when that circus crashes, we just follow. I mean, we're still coupled to it, right? So you're just a degenerate gambler if you go into. You're not degenerate. That's not true. But you're gambling, right? You are gambling and hoping that something goes up. That's all you do.
In favor of that strategy, right? If you decide, okay, I have my Quant bag, I researched that, I invested in Quant, right? Let's say we take the investor thesis, but I also want a little bit of thrill. Grab new fiat or other profits, and then make multiple bets, right? Go with the trader, day trader kind of thing. Do some research and then choose like 10. And make sure that you put your money in a way that you mathematically should lose. Right? I mean, that can be a strategy to get like 100x quickly. But you need to be locked onto your screen, and you need to do more than just use some Telegram app thing and maybe some
hope for the best
groups. Yeah, right. I mean, just like investing, shitcoin gambling is also an art, right? Like I said, I find a tweet about how they treat their personnel and how they look at the whole picture. I find that fascinating, interesting, and it could even be deterministic whether I invest in a company or not. I mean, if a company uses slave labor, I want to know. I won't be fucking investing in that, no matter what the ROI is. But that's just me.
Yeah, no, true.
But a mentality like that is also required for shitcoin peddling, because you have to do the work. You have to at least skim through a white paper, and you need to do that for like 10 projects. Yes, you don't have to go into the nooks and crannies, because to me, when I invest in something, I prefer going with something which is a set and forget, right? You buy it, you DCA into it, and if I done my work well,
but I mean, like,
then I have a business that is kind of secure, an asset that is kind of secure for the next couple of years, and with minor updates, I can stay in the loop.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to read. It really depends what your strategy is, right? I mean, you don't necessarily have to read into white papers if the only thing you're going to do is follow the hype and try to sell momentum.
That is kind of true,
because if you don't know
and why the token is created and whom are behind it, then you cannot exclude the rug pull, right? Think of Truebit. Think of Truebit. They had a paper. We read it, and we read the original paper. We just didn't know that there was another motherfucker that was pumping up the price, and it wasn't Truebit themselves. But regardless, you need to know something.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You need to
have this bare minimum of information. Should be available to you. I agree.
Yeah, and word of mouth is not enough, right? Yo, I had this call that you should be buying this. Oh, there's this group, they're buying that. Okay, that's fine, but you need to keep your ear to the goddamn road, or you're gonna lose.
Oh, absolutely.
And to me, and this is to take it back. If everything around you appears to be turning green, why then sell the golden goose to go and find some golden ducks in the hope you're going to get some golden eggs, duck eggs, which are way less valuable, you all know this, in the hope to then flip those and then get back with a profit into your golden goose business. I mean, it's not financial advice, right? Just sharing my thoughts on how I perceive things, and I hope it just lights your light or something like that. Well, that was very good English. And it grants you some perspective, right? To what many of us and you will be doing. Cycles will always be there, and crypto will remain crypto for now until regulation sets in. Most of the coins that you see go like 1,500, 2,000, 3,000x in a couple of days. Those are the ones that will be banned 4 or 5 months from now. When Micah sets in, oh, no, that's postponed to June, right? Or was that the UK thing? I think they're synchronizing their cycles.
Wait.
Yeah, Micah and the regulatory framework for the UK.
I'm not sure if it's synchronized on purpose, but it is. There's definitely a pattern. Yeah, absolutely. But don't ask me for any dates here.
No.
But I have no recollection of when everything is. Sorry.
Yeah, Micah will be coming, and the repercussions will be serious. And the US is also working on the regulation and such. So a lot of the shitcoin gambling will most likely be gone by the time the halvening takes place. And we know how we all love a good old halvening. Hey, shall we take a look at the markets right now?
Yeah, sure, of course.
All right, let's see what we have here. So let me refresh this just to be thorough. So Bitcoin right now is up 0.1% on the hour. It's down 1.8 over the week. Ethereum is up 3.3 over the week, 1.1 on the hour percent. This we are looking at euros. Bitcoin is 32.5K, give or take. The good old stable coins are declared not to be stable by both the ECB, UK, USA, etc. So they have a lot to improve upon. XRP 57 euro cents. And if we go,
Solana has done really well. It's on 51 euro right now. For a lot of people talking about Solana this week.
25% up on the 7-day.
That's quite
3 billion euros market cap, ladies and gentlemen. Volume, 3 billion volume. And 22 almost billion market cap.
Yeah.
It's
Link. Or friends from Link, 13 euros. No, it's okay. It's all right.
7% down on the day.
They're doing well. Link is doing well. I gotta give it to them.
Well, for sure. And then when we go all the way down, position 41 Quant with apologies, 92 euros and 74 cents, down 2.2% on the week, 4% on the day, up 1.4% on the hour. Where will
Depressing.
this? Yes, for sure, for sure. Speaking of depressing, if we look at this good old Wall Street cheat sheet, we've got the word on the street: the psychology of a market cycle simplified. So, what most of you guys know this, and girls, there's one or two. Yeah, we have the hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria phase. Then we get to the complacency. This is down the first or uphill, right? Optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria. Then we're at the top. Then we go down, and it reaches complacency. Then anxiety, denial is halfway down. Panic is nearly fully down. And then we get the capitulation phase. We have the anger phase, and then you have depression. So I feel, based on nothing but my gut, that we are in the disbelief, right? This is a quote-unquote sucker's rally. The depression was the last year, right? Year and a half, which obviously followed the slow bleed we had from 4 something down all the way to 40. We had the FTX in the middle, etc. So if we are at disbelief, that's at the far right end of the image, and we go all the way to the left, you can then see that from the disbelief we get into the hope. Yeah, this is still not a straight line up, obviously. I feel we're here. There was someone in the trading group. I just don't like most people in the trading group. But that's my bias. He said we were at anger or at depression. That would kind of mean, historically speaking, that we would have a year to go-ish until we get to the disbelief correction, which I think we could be-ish.
But I think we've at least have to pass the point of depression, right? We have all, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the bluish area. I'd say that's fair. I hope we are here, because from there would be going up. But I mean, if we take this chart as gospel, right? Nothing goes up or down in a straight line. December month, generally not good, because people need to buy their toys and all their bullshit. So that could also be it, right?
Let's face it, there could be many variables.
100%.
We don't know, and the market is kind of irrational in crypto still.
Yeah.
There's just a ton of stuff going on, but the thing is, we have absolutely passed like the bottom. Let's put it that way. So, like, I think Bitcoin at 15K, like, when was it? Like a year ago, or even more. At some point, we were at 15,000 BTC. I think it was a year ago, roughly. I think that was the absolute bottom.
Yeah, that was a year ago.
And for quants, okay, don't pin me on this. Please don't give it any consequences. But I think for quant, we have seen our personal bottom around, at least local bottom, around the FTX crash last year.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
around
it
the
was
$40.
38, something like that.
Yeah, I think that was the absolute depression stage.
Yeah.
We did get a relief rally though to $230. So even more, I think €230 it was. So that was pretty nice. And now we are just like ranging again.
Yeah.
Waiting for something to take us back up.
Yeah. And I mean, this is a very old fact sheet. And how do you say, time-wise, right? Sometimes things take longer, take shorter. If we look at the last quote-unquote bull cycle for stock markets, that lasted, 13 years? I'm not even sure if that broke already. Used to be like 2 to 4 years of bull, and then 1 to 2 years bear. That was kind of like clockwork. So all these things just get wrecked. or prolonged or shortened due to algorithmic trading, just market economy, whatever. The bottom line of what we wanted to convey is everything will remain very, very turbulent for a while, right? Also meaning downturns, etc. Until it's not and everything goes up. The biggest fuck up you can make right now, in my opinion, is sell something that you know is kind of a short thing to go for greener pastures, get fucked in a correction as we had right now, because most of the time the tokens that go up, right, are the highest risk tokens. They go up the quickest. People get on board, wanna grab their piece of the pie. Many of those tokens will die, literally die after the first correction, because people are like, oh no, fuck the shitcoin. Oh, it was crap all along. And I knew it. I should have never invested in it. And people will not buy back. And they will just move to their greener pastures again. So, but if you look at assets, and I won't only name Quant, but for instance, Link, or one of the more established ones, that they are not very likely to die anymore. They also do not give such a great return. But as far as, I mean, we are still maybe not in a bull market. And in a bull market, you can almost do no wrong. That being said, I lost a ton of money in 2021 buying a bunch of Kishu Inus. I still have black Kishu Inu. I think I'm a top 5 holder. Don't tell anyone. And there's a ton of those other shenanigans. I mean, we all live and learn, right? Without experience, we're nothing. But many projects die, right? If you go and look on Coingecko, I believe there are 22,000 assets now.
22,000, yeah.
So, something like that.
Ridiculous.
And here it reads 11,000. Apparently they pruned it because there used to be a ton more.
I think it was always around 10,000. I don't.
There are more being created every single day, so that they are being purged from the system.
Okay, but I know that the figure on Coingecko has always been around 10k.
Yeah. But there were
right.
many more.
Yeah, I'm just not invested in crap like that.
Yeah, here,
I don't really care.
The Motley Fool, there are more than 23,000 cryptocurrencies.
20? What?
Yeah. So, and here Forbes, March 15th, 22,932. So, and most of those, they cannot even go to zero because there is always some sort of value. Because if you put it on the blockchain, you cannot remove it. You cannot delete it. If you create something and there's one idiot that keeps it up, it's there, right? So there's a lot of value lost there. But a lot of tokens just die a very, very silent death, and they never recover. And usually some tokens will survive, right? A new token gets created. Everybody jumps into the hype. Example, was that Floki? Does that still exist? Floki, position 132, right? If you look at the peak, I cannot even pronounce how few of a cent that is here. Let me share this. But everybody was into Floki, and Floki was the thing to have.
Wasn't Floki that crypto that was on the trams here in Amsterdam in public transport? It actually had. You actually had ads on public transport here in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's still 306 million.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Is that million?
How much?
306, or is that 1,000? I always confuse. Why is there 3 dots here? What is this? What is this number? 306.910.998.
That 306 million.
Yeah. So that's still their market cap. because they keep printing tokens.
Mind-boggling. Truly
They keep-
mind-boggling.
They keep printing tokens. So if the tokens keep getting added, then the market cap will go up, even if nobody buys anything. But it is still up 43,000%. From the bottom, it's still up 336% on the year. This will most likely also run again, but it will most likely also die again.
Absolutely mind-boggling.
Because it is not as good as Doge.
People are literally trading garbage. I was talking to my colleague today, and we were talking about crypto. We talked about stocks, and I mean, he's a serious guy, right? He knows what he's doing, and he just said, "Well, yeah, I just bought some FTX. Yeah, I know there's no value anymore, but I doubled my money." But trading a coin that has no value anymore. People are literally trading garbage.
Yeah.
It is absolutely mind-boggling, the games you're playing. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
but
play stupid games, stupid prizes.
I'm just not surprised anymore, even though I sound surprised. It just, you get numb to these shenanigans.
Yeah.
And the players also don't really change. It's a degenerate market. Absolutely.
Yeah. This is interesting. I had an airdrop on one of my wallets, and I'm going to touch on this briefly, from Optimism. Optimism overtook QNT. It's now in position 38. Optimism exists here on Coingecko since June 3rd-ish, June 2nd-ish, March 31st is 2022. It's not done terribly. There was an airdrop. I don't know why I was eligible, but I had like, 600 euros worth of it. I did my research. It's not a scam. As far as I could see, this is not fucking financial advice. Don't come crying to me if you get screwed. I'm not going to touch it. But this is one of those things. This could do well. This could not do well. When it starts doing well, people will jump on it most likely.
How did you get the airdrop?
Yeah, I was eligible for some reason. And it is, let me see if I can find their website. Optimism, introducing the Optimism Collective. We're announcing a new type of community designed to reward public goods and build a sustainable future for Ethereum.
But
it's an L2 kind of thing.
But you were eligible, but did you do anything for it, or was your wallet randomly selected?
No, it's not random. They used if you participated in votes, or you connected your wallet to certain type of things, or you participated just for a long time on the Ethereum network.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You could receive an airdrop, and they are cumulative over if you have done multiple actions, you've been a liquidity provider or stuff like that. You could have gotten more. And like I said, I got like over 600 euros worth, which is obviously not bad. I'm just gonna leave it. I mean, it doubled my portfolio value. So,
are you scared of it, of touching it, or? I would immediately cash. I would not even doubt it for a second. I would immediately cash. I don't know what this is. I know it's worth 600. I would buy 6 QNT. That's what I would do. No financial advice.
No, I dove into it, looked if it was reliable. I've been doing some research for like an hour and a half, trying to find my way through, checking the contract addresses and such. And I wanted to know, is it a scam or is it not a scam? No, it's not a scam. It seems what they're trying to do is noble. Not sure if it's going to change the world, but I'm sorry. It's only 600 euros, and I'm just going to leave it. And I'll just leave it. Can't be bothered. It's my primary wallet. I still don't trust it quite yet. And if it does well, it does well, right? and maybe I can make a buck more, maybe not. It's I mean, it's a lot of money. Maybe either one of you guys has optimism as well. Again, right? Don't hold me accountable if it turns out to be a scam. It could very well be that there are different optimism airdrops, right? Legit ones and illegal ones. And if I tell you, oh, optimism is safe, and you have an optimism with a Z or optimism with an N or something like that, then you get rugged or scammed, and then it's my fault. It doesn't work that way. It's the Quamfy Show. We don't know shit. So yeah,
that's true.
But yeah, these things will pick up airdrops, right? When the bull market starts, if it starts, and a lot of you guys are going to get fucked. You're going to get wrecked, and it is inevitable because we are all greedy. Like Tim said, oh, if I saw 600, I would have cashed out immediately. Yeah, and then your wallet is tagged, and the next time you throw in 2 ETH, it gets drained.
No, let's. I mean, if I knew it was clear. If I'm not sure if it's clear, I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah. Well, also to be honest, when I did my research, I was pretty much cooked. And it was like 5 in the morning, I think, or was it 8 in the morning? Can't remember. See, don't trust me. So I just wanted to let it simmer for a few days, and we'll see. But it seems to me like this was kind of like the Uniswap airdrop thing back then, which was also good. And sorry, some airdrops are great. Most airdrops are not. If you receive NFTs, other stuff like that, never click on any of their links. Don't click on the NFT. Don't engage with the contract. Do your research. Ask people that you feel you can trust, and then verify all their bullshit. Because the risk of your wallet getting drained is just enormous. Never engage with your primary cold storage and start contracts that you don't have to. I mean, there are people literally with 3-4 figures QNT on a Trezor or a Ledger, and still approving all these types of wallets and smart contracts, websites. Yeah. Also, always make sure after you engaged with Uniswap, with PancakeSwap, KuCoin, whatever, make sure to then revoke all the rights to the contract. Yes, it costs you some ETH or BNB or whatever, but you'd be surprised how many permissions you give many of those DEXs, and how poor their security is. Just a friendly word of advice. So, I am exhausted, Tim.
Yeah. Same here. Feels like we
I'm so sore. I need to go to the gym again tomorrow.
Effectively, we have been recording for 2.5 hours this week, even though you only got to see 45 minutes.
Are we only 45 minutes in? Oh my god.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, but effectively, we have been recording for 2.5 hours, even more. So I'm kind of tired as well. But yeah, it's been kind of a brief episode. I didn't say that much, but we kind of covered the main things we wanted to discuss this week. And there isn't that much to report, even though there is, because of all the market is one of those things that you can always keep talking. It's like the weather; you can basically always talk about it.
Yes, markets will be the markets.
Yeah, exactly. And well, fundamentally, we addressed the enormous amount of cryptos that there are. We talked a little bit about the company culture at Quant. Read the article; it's kind of nice. Yeah, what else is there? A little bit about the FA policy, psychology, what to do, what not to do in our vision.
Yeah.
No financial advice. And yeah, we're just working on a really cool project on the back end, but we are completely dependent on other parties to see how that goes. And once we get full clearance, we will proceed, I guess. I'm playing the game. It was really fun. It's really addictive.
Yes.
But more about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for now, I guess. Next week I'll be in Portugal, supporting the Dutch team. And I'll be in Spain. We're traveling around. So I'll be in the sun again. Finally, nice to see some sun. The weather here in the Netherlands, it has been raining every day.
For weeks now.
It's been raining for weeks, and I honestly kind of like it. I like this weather. It must be me being weird. I actually kind of enjoy it because I'm sitting inside and I'm working. You know, it's giving me this cozy feeling.
Oh right, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, seeing some
Look at all
sunlight.
those suckers there out there,
Yeah,
annoyed
exactly.
on their days off in the rain.
Yeah, exactly. So seeing some sunlight actually is really nice. Yeah, I think next week Jarno will find a guest speaker in Dutch, I hope.
Maybe.
And I think the next English episode will also not be with me because I'll still be on holidays. Because the recording date is the moment I come back. So like that Tuesday, I'm returning to the Netherlands, but I won't be here to record. So we'll have to fix a solution. But that will work. We will be there. The show will go on, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share all this good stuff.
Yeah.
And oh damn, I still need to fix the quamfyshow.com.
Oh yeah.
Our certificate expired. We need to get a new certificate. You can go there. It's fine. You're safe. Trust me. See you on the next one. Stay quamfy.